getting ready to go and
probably did some further training over there, I guess, didn't you?
Yeah. We had to take more training, and then after we got to Hawaii, Maui, and that's where they had the Hawaii and all those islands. We took training there.
I see. Did you know that you were going to Iwo Jima, or was it they didn't tell you anything? They say you're going somewhere, but we're not going to tell you where we're going.
You did not know.
Right. Yeah. You didn't need to know at that time, did you?
But no, we didn't know it was going to Iwo.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went into after we took training at Maui. And we took training there, and then we went in through the Philippines and landed at Iwo. And
well, tell us about your first now. See if I can kind of lead you along here, Hank. You were with your friend. I think his name was Small. Is that right?
Small, yeah.
And you always went in pairs, didn't you?
Yeah.
And now what did they sent you out? Sent you and Mr. Small out, and what were you supposed to do? Or you were swimming to shore?
We went out when we went into the beach. We had to find out the obstacles was in there that knock out. We knew what kind of landing craft the Marines would be using.
The depth of the water, things like that. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We'd have
you had a little clipboard, something on your leg, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that was our board. That board that we'd it was up here. And like a plastic board, you know.
Oh, I see. And it wouldn't wash away under the water.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it was where we could ride underwater.
I see. Now, Small was injured. He was wounded.
Yeah.
You had to take him back out to the ship, right?
Yeah, that was probably one. You took your swimming buddy, and so we took him. I took Small back, and the boat picked him up.
He was wounded. And I think you said the shoulder or somewhere.
Yeah. And you had to keep going. The Japs were upon at us all the time. They knew what we were doing.
Trying to pinpoint you, weren't they?
Yeah. The Japs were
they were shooting at you.
Dropping them in. And we got, after went, I want to be correct on this.
But you got him back to the ship, right?
I got my man back.
Now, your officer, what did he say? You got to go back? Or you said, hey, I haven't completed my job. I got to go back and finish.
There was no officer there.
Okay. But you knew you had to go back and finish the job, right?
But I believe it. Yeah. So what I did, after I got Small back, I went back in. The job wasn't completed.
Yes, sir.
They had to have this information where we knew what kind of boats that they were going to use for landing craft.
Yes, sir.
Well, you had PLs, LCMs, LSTs, but we had LCMs and LVPs, small landing craft. The Marines are going to come in, be dropping the Marines off the next day.
Yes, sir.
Right now, what they had, we had the 18th was D-Day, and we went. Let me get this thing straight now. We went in for went in the 18th, and the Marines is going to land at Iwo the 19th.
Yeah, this is March of 1945.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
And you put up the date
Well,
on
I studied a little bit here.
yeah. And so anyway, so we went in, got all this information where the Marines could go in. Like I said, they landed in the 18th.
19th, I think.
I mean the 19th.
Yes, sir.
We landed the 18th.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, get my numbers right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want to find out exactly what type boats you needed to go in there, because some of the boats are different depths, you know. And,
well, we landed on PLs, fast landing craft.
I see. Is that kind of like one of those rubber boats with a?
No, there's a drop of the off that down. There's rubber boats. The one that you're thinking about is we use those boats, but on days if we were going to make a night attack, we would use those rubber rafts.
Yes, sir.
And go in at night, make like the Marine Raiders.
I see. Yeah. Now you went back and did your work. You know, studied up what depth, you know, that and made your markings on your board and everything.
Yeah.
So you swam back out to the boat, but it wasn't there. Is that right? I mean.
Yeah. I know what you're. You studied up on some of this stuff, actually.
Well, I studied up a little bit enough to know that you went through a heck of a lot of action there. But the boat, it thought you'd had been killed or wounded, and they just had to leave.
I stayed on that beach for about 2 hours and a half by myself, and by myself. And they're firing over my head. The Americans, cruisers and destroyers was running parallel with the beach, firing over my head. The Japanese was firing at me, and I was caught in the center.
What did you have? Did you have like a cave or something to hide in, or how were you?
No, I had nothing. I was the only man in there. That's right. I was the only one in there.
And you stayed on that? You had to stay overnight on the beach?
About from 2.5 to 3 hours I stayed on that beach. I had to get the information.
Right.
I had to get it where it'd be go back to where they could complete their
mission assignments and that sort of thing.
Their assignment. Because once they got that, and I'm trying to get all these figures together as much as I can.
I understand.
And what they did, we got. I'm trying to put all this stuff together as best I can, and Small, he had got hit. And after I had got him safe back, I went back.
Spent about 3 hours on the beach, and then
yeah.
How did you see a flares or something out there to say, okay, that's my boat, I need to swim back out to it, or how did you know when to go back out in the water and be picked up?
There's nobody out there that tell you this, because the Japanese had zeroed in on us. And so I got in there, and I got on my plat was on my leg. I wrote my information down, how and the kind of boats that beach's support.
Right. What kind of boats they needed to use? Bring the troops in.
That's right.
Yes.
You got that right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we on that boat. On said, let me get this straight because I want to be straight about it.
Well, on your tablet, you were talking about your tablet now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
On
I
had all that info
Yes, sir.
in there because we had to turn this into operations where they could complete uh, the landing plans, for the troops to the state. That was the 18th.
Yeah. Now, after you were on the beach for like 3 hours, how did you know when to go back? Do you have some kind of, did you know the ship was out, or just took a chance that the ship would be out there to pick you up after you had completed your assignment?
We could see the ships out there.
I see.
They were out there, and the cruisers, destroyers, they were out there, and we could look at them out there, and said, there's a running parallel with the
beach.
With the beach.
Yes, sir.
And
but you made it back out there, right?
You got dang right. Man, I'll tell you.
How long did it take you? I guess a pretty good while. I mean, the boats weren't just close to the shore, they were pretty good ways out there, as you mentioned. How long did it take you? Do you remember how long it took you to get back out to the ship?
After we
you completed your assignment, yeah.
No, it didn't take too long to get back out there because everything was confused. It wasn't confused. You knew that they had to get this information, and get the information where
they could take care of the troops. They're going to be landing the next day there. Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the 18th. And the 19th was when the Marines come in.
Yes, sir.
19th.
Now, you were the only one on shore at that time, or you said that there was, like the Japanese were shooting at our ships, and our ships were shooting at the Japanese.
Yeah.
How many other underwater demolition team members were they scattered out along the beach area?
How the heck got blown to hell?
I see. A lot of them, yeah.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
They annihilated them boys.
Yeah. Now, after this, of course, you received the Silver Star for your work at Iwo Jima. And after you went back and later on you were involved with the battle at Okinawa, is that correct?
Okinawa, yeah.
Yes, sir. Now, did you do basically the same thing? You go on the beach?
Okinawa with the Cramberettas, or what they call them.
Okay.
And the same thing, basically the same thing, but Okinawa was a lot different. It had other little small islands, attached to the main island, and it was a lot different than Iwo.
Yeah, I see.
Iwo was island, but stand out where we got lost a lot of dang people there.
Yeah, we lost a lot of Marines there. We sure did. Yes,
and but talking about Okinawa. Okinawa was let's classify it as about second class island there, and we lost a lot of people there. We lost half our team.
Really?
Yeah. They slaughtered them boys.
You were with Underwater Demolition Team 12, is that correct?
Yeah, Team 12.
You said that President Roosevelt's
That was his team.
I see. Why did they call it his team?
I always thought about that myself.
Uh-huh. Must have performed or helped the president in some way at some point.
Yeah.
I see. Now, after Okinawa, Henry, the war is just about over. Of course, it ended, in August, after they dropped the atomic bomb of that year. What were you involved in any more action after Okinawa?
During World War II?
Yes, sir.
After Okinawa, no. I got after we Okinawa campaign. And my next was that was finished up. I got hurt.
I see.
I stayed in the hospital.
Were you wounded or just injured on your job?
No, I got hurt hurt after I
Were you in some training, doing some training?
no, I got hurt at the end of the war.
I see, yeah.
I stayed in the hospital 7 months.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, yeah. Now, after the war ended, Henry, you got out of the Navy and went in the Army, is that right?
That's right.
What brought you to that decision?
I don't want no more underwater demolition.
You're tired of swimming, right?
Yeah, man, I had enough of that.
I see. What did you do? Did you have to go in as a private, or how was? Did you give you some rank when you went in?
I was a coxswain.
Okay, coxswain. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. All right, now, but when you went in the Army, did you? Did they make you an immediate sergeant because of your prior service?
Give me any.
Excuse me.
When I went in the Army, they give me 2 stripes, a corporal.
Okay, yeah.
Hey,
For your prior service.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
They give me corporal, and that was a same rank as a coxswain.
Yeah, I see.
CO coxswain in
right.
the Navy.
Yes, sir.
And
So did you get out of the Navy one day and join the Army the next day, or did you go home for a while, or how did that work?
yeah. I went home. And Pa he told me I had been on vacation. you ain't gonna believe it.
Wow.
He says, "You guys come home now. You can go to work." I was coming up with a pretty good sized farm. We had
Raised tobacco and corn, I think you mentioned.
tobacco and corn and cod and all that.
How long did you stay out of